it's me. This week's video is another
fantastic.
I am doing a drawing to Squishy. Make squishies based on drawings. This has been a lot of fun and some of my favorite projects that I've done in the past year. It's just a different way to make squishies. I'm gonna choose some of my characters that are still living as drawings and turn them into squishies. This is always quite an intensive process. It involves a lot of the cutting and gluing, sticking different body parts in different places that you all know and love. First thing I have to do is actually pick out which drawing I want to convert into a squishy. So let's get into looking at the options. Hello and welcome
to Pink.
Bringing in my guidebook, we're gonna dive right into good old volume 2. I know I have a lot of character drawings that I've done in the past few years that have yet to experience the joy of squishyhood. And it is a joy. Just look at them. Every single one. They are having so much fun. Let's crack this thing open. We got Jerry the Cherry right off the bat.
Hi, how are you doing?
Derek, already a squishy. Lemon, aha! Look, original form is create this book drawing. However, Lemon has actually already been squishified and she's loving it. We're happy for you, girl. We got the nipple babies, already squishies, and then Lime. Just like that, we have stumbled on the perfect candidate for this because his soulmate exists in squishy form, yet he is trapped as a drawing. So this is a no-brainer. Woohoo! I'm excited. Lemon is excited. Oh, she's running away. Yeah, no, she's excited. She is. Maybe she just shows it differently. I'm gonna take this page out of the book so I can reference the artwork in more detail as I create. I think it makes sense to use the same squishy for Lemon and Lime, which I actually happen to have in my collection. Look at that. The ears on this one are quite damaged, and one is missing altogether. Doesn't actually matter though, because Lime's ears are up anyway. This calls for a beheading. I just
Knew there would be a beheading today.
And it is my obligation to stab and torture the severed head. No, it's not. Just being sick. Next, I'm bringing in this friend who I dug up, and yoo-hoo, he's got the same ears as Lime. Happy little galaxy bunny, never done a thing wrong. We simply have to cut off his head as well. Just put this head on the other body. Simple, clean, and convenient. I'm just gonna make some trims until those pieces fit together. And now look, Lemon, it's your soulmate. Isn't he just perfect? You seem concerned. Is it the gaping neck? I think it's the gaping neck. Just come back later, okay? He's not done yet. We do have one major detail missing, the hat. And this is going to be the biggest challenge. How do I freaking create that hat? I found this planet squishy in my collection and it is adorable, but I have already painted one like this before, so I feel okay letting it be a sacrifice. I mean, it's Lime, come on. I'm thinking the ring around it could potentially serve as the brim of the hat. So I cut a little section off of that, tried it on. Seems like I've gone
A little too little.
so I cut off a larger section this time, and yes, that's the right shape. Small problem, the gaping hole. No worries though, I can figure that out. So for now, I'm just gonna go ahead, attach the head to the body, put an end to the poor guy's headless suffering, and then using my fabric hot glue, yes, hot glue for fabric. This is pretty much the only glue I use now for squishies. I've basically retired my regular fabric glue that I used to use because fabric hot glue is way faster and way stronger, but also has the same kind of flexibility, so you don't get those super hard spots unless you use an excess of it. To fill the hole, I'm just gonna rip out some foam and tuck it in there and just trimming it down as neatly as I possibly can. Then I'm gonna fill the gaps with an excess amount of fabric hot glue.
What?
Now, this is a lot of fabric hot glue, but desperate times, okay? We're just gonna do this. Come with me. Once I had that all secured, I realized that I just glued the hat on completely wrong. It's really low. If I were to follow the brim all the way around the head, his hat's gonna be completely over his whole face. I'm gonna rip that off and re-glue it up a little higher with more of a slant. But now I just have to fill that in with more glue. Oh boy, this is messy. I mean, this is just a chunky mess of hideous. I'm honestly frightened. Hopefully I can save this with a paint job. First, I'm gonna use some puffy paint to seal over everything that I've done here. The puffy paint really helps to smooth everything out and also kind of just finalizes it. You saw how I just kind of peeled that thing off. Yeah, the fabric glue will not hold permanently. I really just use it to keep everything in place long enough to seal it with puffy paint, and the puffy paint will keep it fully together permanently. I used a lot of puffy paint to try to get this all smoothed out, and even the face had some imprinted details that I hadn't noticed, so I needed to smooth over those. I just kept going over everything with slick paint until I was at the point where I'm ready for a white base coat. And this just helps to get a nice fresh start, clean everything up, and really see what I'm working with without all the distraction of the chaos underneath. I'm finally ready for color.
Yay!
First, it's gonna be limes for a color. This looks like the perfect match. Going in with that, and this looks like it's not the perfect match. The color ended up drawing a lot darker than what it seemed, so lighten that up a bit, went over it. Oh yeah, that's lime. There's my boy. Ew. Finished with that on the back, and then found an air pocket. Kind of too late to fix that. We're not going to open this up now. Well, perfect.
We still love you.
Next, I'm going to figure out where his hat is going to land on the front of his head just by sketching that out. And I'm bringing in the green to start painting that in. And this is where it should start looking more like lime and less like a bunny with a giant mass on its head. Look at that. Yeah, it does. Now I just have to worry about all the little details. The actual limes, of course, which I took the time to draw only to have to paint over all those little details anyway. Good use of time there, friend. Once I got all the white circles painted in, I went in with a darker green around the edges to create the lime, and remind me to never design something with tiny citrus fruits all over it, ever. This was so tedious, took me so long. The touch-ups were outrageous. I didn't film most of it because it was just too much, but finally we got the freaking limes on there. So I'm just adding his little tuft, and then it's time for the face. And actually, the one thing that is much easier with drawings to squishies versus regular squishy makeovers is I've already done the work with the colors and the faces. All I have to do is make sure it looks as close to the lime that we already know and love. I added some of the last finishing touches on him, and voila, here is our boy Lime. I think it's a remarkable resemblance to the original drawing. Look who's coming. Check it out.
She's blushing.
It's working.
Look, it's working. She likes him, I think. Does she? Yeah, okay, she likes him. So now, Lemon and Lime are soulmates forever, existing in the realm of squishies. The only thing they're missing is their child. Poor thing, she's still stuck as a chess piece. Sorry, Citrus. Come back for you in another episode. Hello. I have so many products in stores now, and I need to share these with you ASAP. First of all, the Series 2 mini mystery plushies, which I have already told you about, but they are now available in Target as well as Walmart. Yay! Series 1 went so well
That they said, yeah, come on back. Bring us more. Give us more.
oh, we have more. I have seen a lot of you complaining that you cannot find these in stores. They're there. It's just they're getting sold out and people are buying the full displays. These are made of a super soft material. We went all out with embroidered details and meticulously designed these, okay? They are just superb, if I do say so myself. There are 9 characters in the set and they are all dessert themed. Some of them are characters of mine that have been dessert themed from the start. Others of them are characters of mine that I have given a dessert spin on. The Georgie mystery egg is still available in Walmart. This thing is full of surprises. There's a plush, there's a figure, there's a keychain, there's stickers. I do have a full video of me unboxing this if you want to see this one in more detail. Boom. I also have the mystery hanger plushes, and these are available at Five Below. Adorable little plushy keychain heads of some of my favorite characters. And introducing the Series 1 figures. Currently available at Walmart. 8 different characters that you can collect. Pickle, Derp, and Georgie. Berry Citrus, Rosie, Flobby, and Jerry the Cherry. So happy with the quality of these characters, the detail. I just love the figures so much. They're just gorgeous. And lastly, we have the 11-inch Sparkle Georgie. It's like holographic sparkle. So cute. This is available on Amazon. It's a lot, and I am so excited to continue bringing more merchandise to stores, and we have more. We have more. Scan the QR code to see a full list of all the retailers, because there are some retailers who are carrying these in other countries as well. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the squishies. Bringing back the guidebook, it's time to choose someone else now. I've still got the rest of the worker bunnies as options. Cloud Bear, alien bean bodies, that would be a challenge. Flipping forward a bit, we've got Sad Beige Boy. No, sorry, he's a 1 star. I'm not gonna take the time for a 1 star. Pinky, Rhubarb, absolutely not. And now, oh my gosh, she's here. It's Punch Punchy.
Okay.
Punchy. Look, she's a 5-star. What? That is infuriating.
I'm not happy about it at all.
She should be a 6-star. Why did I rate her a 5-star? Punchy is the epitome of excellence. And I think I have a responsibility to create the squishy form of Punchy today. Right off the bat, I found this squishy to be our Punchy. We got kind of the same shape going on. They even have
The same facial expression.
Punchy is going to require a whole lot of pieces. This may look like a chaotic pile of unrelated squishies. In reality, this pile equals one Punchy. I'm going to start by sanding this main squishy to prepare it for paint. Then I will simply cut off the arms and legs. I know they're so cute, but they are not Punchy. Now bringing in this freaking unicorn. Oh gosh, I feel like this thing has just haunted me for years. Like it's just been following me everywhere I go. I always come back to this freaking terrifying pig-faced unicorn. Anyway, her face may be piggish and horrible, but her feet are kind of excellent. So I'll be taking those, please.
Thank you.
And this can die. Bye-bye. Don't come back. I'm gonna just trim down these legs until they fit the way they should. Then taking this, pretzel, I thought that this was the perfect shape for Punchy's arms. I just have to trim them up and look at that.
Wow.
Perfect.
Next, I have this banana. I couldn't find anything that would work for the very luscious tail that Punchy has, but I did find this banana. And for Punchy's small little cat ears, some people don't know she's a cat. She is a cat. I found this baby head. Hey, look, I might have beheaded some things before, but I did not cut this baby's head off. This was not me. I am, however, going to cut off its ears. Just really quick and easy, little snip snip. Final piece, I'm going to use this strawberry for a leaf. This is going to be Punchy's little head leaf. Here are all of my precious pieces. Just going to clean up the whole mess and then get into assembly. I'm going to start by gluing on the legs, then come the arms, and oh my gosh, it's
Cute. Why is it cute?
Next come the ears, and using a toothpick to stabilize it, I'm gonna stick in the little leaf right here. In general, I do not like hard, pokey bits in my squishies, but sometimes it just cannot be helped. Finally, gluing on the tail. You can't see as much of it from the front like the drawing, but it does look like it belongs to her and it's her tail. Next phase is to seal all of that on. I'm going over every seam and edge, making sure that it's all nicely formed together. These drawing to squishy projects are almost always very intense in this part of the process. There's just a lot of cutting and gluing, adding additional pieces, removing existing pieces, and this ends up being the longest part of the whole process, just getting everything to all work together, have a smooth shape. And once that mess has all dried, I'm going in with a thick layer of white puffy paint, still working on smoothing it out, but also kind of making some progress toward a white base coat. Kind of makes me wonder why I don't do all the repairs in white. Then things wouldn't look as chaotic and crazy as they do.
We can't have that.
Once I got the actual base coat on there, it's finally ready to decorate. Starting with this nice, bold, yellowy orange. Punchy is another orange character to add to the docket, okay? Orange is probably my least favorite color. Yet, lately, I've created just some gorgeous orange characters. I have to say, Barrett, Punchy, Evan is not a part of that list. Stop. Just stop. Okay, I know all about the justice for Evan. Look, we do need to sit down and talk about Evan at some point, but not today. Okay, this is about Punchy, and I'm not gonna freaking let Evan take this. But anyway, after looking through my guidebooks, I realized that orange is not as neglected of a color as I thought. I actually have a decent amount of orange characters. It's really actually blue. Look at this pathetic array of blue characters. I mean, it looks like a lot, but also I have like over 200 and these are the only blue ones. Clearly, that's not enough. Bringing in the guidebook pages to check on the colors, I wrote down the colors to be created for Punchy and I wrote grapefruit by accident. And then I had a chance to correct it to write it again and somehow I wrote grapefruit twice. Oh yeah, it's her grapefruit. Get it right. Speaking of her grapefruit, here we go. Adding it on now. Just as I said, no more citrus designs. Look, what am I doing? Fortunately, the hard part for this one is actually over. The paint job is not that complicated. It shouldn't be that difficult. I'm sketching on the seeds and filling those in, making sure to add the little furry edges around there to give her a fuzzy look. Now, if you don't know Punchy, which not everyone does, and that's okay, no worries, no big deal, we're not gonna lash out. out for that. Here's what the guidebook says about Punchy. Let's see. Punchy is a grapefruit cat. Grapefruit. She was created originally as a digital drawing based on a sour candy, so she has a bit of a sour attitude. She gets a lot of attention for her alluring appearance, but she's kind of lazy, especially when it comes to socializing. She don't talk when she don't feel like it. Next, I'm just working on some of the details, the ears, the leaf, and that Punchy face, which I just wanted to be perfect. That is not it. No. I redrew the face several times, trying to get it to look like the OG Punchy face. Since the squishy does have a different shaped head than the drawing, it is gonna look a little bit different. But this is the closest I could get it. So I'm adding her cheeks and then going in for the green face details, as well as all the little grapefruit isms, you know, the dimples and the whatnot. She's a cat. She's a grapefruit. She's a grapefruit cat. Adding fur details as well and some little paw lines, which are not on the original drawing, but I felt like the squishy was calling for them. Also toe beans. I feel like those feet are awfully plain and maybe they need toe beans, but I love the original Punchy so much I didn't want to change anything about it. You know, I feel like it's disrespectful. So I just added the toe lines to not make them look too obviously different. Here is Punchy. Does she look exactly like the drawing? No, not exactly, but I mean, come on, it's pretty darn close. I do love the original Punchy drawing so much. I do think I prefer it to the squishy version. However, I'm very happy with this recreation. Punchy needed to have a squishy form. I do wish it was larger because I always picture Punchy as a very large cat. Oh, look, everyone's here. Hey, gather around, guys. Look, it's a new member of Squishy Squad.
Whoa, she's gorgeous. I want to hug her.
Can we sniff her? No.
Shh. Okay, Punchy, you want to introduce yourself or... Okay. Not in the mood, guys. Come on, give her some space. Back up. I love how both of these projects came out. Honestly, it's so much fun working from drawings. Very challenging, but really satisfying to see the results in the end. The drawing to squishy projects in particular are very time intensive because of all the pieces involved. So usually I'm maxed out at 2 per video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.